Hello. Happy Monday. I have no idea whether it's 5 o'clock or just before 5 o'clock or just after 5 o'clock. So I have started and I'm kind of hoping people can catch up with me if it's not 5 o'clock, and I apologize. I do not have a clock in here, and this camera thingy, it when it goes onto the Facebook, it does not give me a time, which is problematic, and I don't have a watch on. So I am trying out a device that Nick gave me. I think I've broken it already. It's not behaving in the way that he showed me, and but I'm going to limp on. And you need to let me know if you can't hear me, because I don't have one of those speakery things. So just let me know if I'm not loud enough. And I know there's a delay. So the problem is I have a delay here, and so while I'm asking a question, I don't get an answer for, I'm not sure how long the delay is, but I don't get an answer, and then it becomes a bit problematic. So we're going to just push on. Carlene is doing exceptionally well in her rehab. She's itching to get out and get things going here. We're pushing ahead at the moment. There's a lot going on. I've taken a lot of video today, and you'll notice it's just me, and it's getting really difficult to get out and about. The quarantines were done this morning, and I'll be going back later to refeed them, etc., and just shut down the barn for the evening. But there's so much going on here that you like to just sit here and try and get as much done as possible. Janine has been motoring all day, and at the moment she and Nick, and the reason she's not with me is she and Nick are away with the horse trailer to pick up the kitchen for the laundry, and I'm glad they've gone because there's lots of heavy lifting. So Janine and I emptied the horse trailer out. You may have seen us in the barn camera. We managed to get one of the sliding stall doors open, and it's we've put some of the contents of the cabin down there, because there's just lots of changes, and what we're finding is that there are things that are going to be needed, things that are not going to be needed in the spots that we thought they were going to be needed. So we will, yes, it will be the dogs, they're out the back. Janine put them out there, and there's just so many things that we're doing, shifting around until we find the cadence that is going to suit us. So it's exciting. There's lots going on, and there's lots going on, and then we're doing it again, and then we're doing it again. So today, Mardy did a phenomenal job. She has put the stain on the barn wood in kennels 9 and 10, and it's the same stain that we will be using to unify all of the barns, so it's roughly the same colour, and it will just give the wood, which is phenomenal, a couple of protective layers on it, so that's lovely. I'll post that video once I get finished and myself a bit better organised. Then Janine has been running around and moving things to get ready for, what did we do this morning? So this morning she did the barn this morning, and then she got all the stuff ready to go into her mum. She and I went down to Meredith. I did Meredith, well, Pam did Meredith Main, and I did Meredith Quarantine. And then she went to see her mum, and then came back and picked me up from Meredith, which is a bit of a blessing, because she does have a habit of saying, I'll drop you off and then pick you up, and then she doesn't come back to pick me up. I've been caught out that way before. So then we came back to here. Well, we actually went and got a sneaky burger, but don't be telling anyone. And so Janine, Nick and I had a sneaky burger for lunch. And then we got on with lots of other bits and pieces down here. It's actually coming together really very quickly. I mean, there's a lot of work, but it's coming together really very quickly. And next week, the floor gentlemen are coming in to do the floor in the laundry. They're picking up the kitchen, as I've already said today. Then we've got another team of people coming in, and they are going to be sorting out the walls, because the walls are in a bit of a mess, and obviously there's 3 entrances to the yard for the dogs, and we only really need one, and we'd like to have it sort of like as best weatherproofed as possible. So we put a lot of stuff in the barn, opened up the dog side of the barn, which is exciting, and there's just so much going on. It's absolutely super. The animals are enjoying themselves. They're creating merry hell. They're all over the place at the moment, which is actually really nice. We had a really busy weekend. We had people down to see some of our animals. We met up with Ashley and our Miss O, who are absolutely phenomenal. They work alongside us in the rescue side, and Ashley, who is a tremendously experienced rescuer and also works with a vet, which is really, really handy. She's super when you go to auction with her, because she casts a really thorough eye over the animals that we're rescuing, and she has a habit of taking in the horses with things like big abscesses in their mouth and snotty noses, and then she nurses them back to health, and then she keeps them forever and ever. So we love Ashley, we love working with Ashley, and we like picking her brains and her expertise, which is phenomenal. So they came down just to see some of the animals down here, and we were discussing things like, she does so much in the rescue world, not just for equine, but also for goats and sheep and lots of other animals, and they foster kittens and dogs, and they're just phenomenal. And I did say to her that if they ever needed any sheep or lambs, shall we say, bottle fed, we would consider that, if that would help them out. So she said yes, so maybe there will be little lambs in our future. So they're tremendous people, and they're also absolutely fantastic to have on site. So that's great. I am in the ICU building. This is my my nicely heated ICU building, and this is where we're going to have headquarters. And Janine's tasked me with setting it up the way I would like it. So at this precise moment in time, it's full of boxes, and there's nothing happened with it. And the reason there's nothing happened with it is because it's things like, I find it far easier to organise something and get it running the way it's going to have to work by actually using it. So, and I noticed that I am using somebody's poop picker, which I think is the remnants of poop on it, to open up the packages and the letters. And I shall have to find the letter opener and the box cutter, because otherwise I'm going to be playing with the poopy scooper. Story of my life, really. And so this means that we'll have shelving. Our files will be down here. Eventually we'll have a computer in here, because I've got somebody who is poor Brittany, I don't know if she realizes what she's offered, but she's going to help me with the computer work, which I think is absolutely hysterical, because she said to me, so what aspect of it is it that you'd like help with? And I looked at her and I went, ha, well, I can turn it on. I said, and then after that, it's just beyond me. I said, I am so struggling to create the filing system that I'm looking for, to get the all these bits and pieces that I just like to have that are smooth running, everybody can access it, so that it's run the way, animal control come in, I can say, here's this file, boom, 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 and it's on the computer and not on paper any longer, because paper has a habit of going for a wander. So it's just to streamline everything and get it running efficiently. So I'd also like to have a file per animal, so that I can put the pictures in of them, because when somebody says to me, do you have a picture of, it was 2000 and I'm like, oh, absolutely not. So I have to scroll through my iPhone camera roll. So I'm hoping to get this so that everybody can have access, and it's easy, because easy is what we're looking for. And yes, while I'm down in the ICU, and the ICU is going to be used for email chat and other forms of communication, What we did not manage to get done, because there's been so much going on, is that there has to be another bridge created from the house to the cabin, and then back, and then from the house down to, I think it has to come to the edge of the Donkey Cafe, which is also the tea tent, and then it needs to bridge over into the laundry, and then it will also have to bridge over onto here. So Nick does have the bridges ready to go, but we also have to bridge into the barn because we need it to get the cameras up and operational. And this is just, you know, Nick works full time as well as moving kitchens and things like that. So it's a lot. There's a lot of things to be done that will eventually create a far smoother running operation than we probably have had before. But I'm not promising that because there's still going to be things that just go haywire. So we're getting there, but I am relying upon my little phone to be doing its thing, and with whatever goes through the air, it's beyond me anyway. But we're getting there, and we will get there, and I'm hoping it will be a very smooth offering. And I think you'll probably all remember when we first started out as Goldy's Farm. In fact, we weren't even called Goldy's Farm at that point. But when we first started out, you know, there was a lot of glitches. There was a lot of things that didn't quite run the way that we would like to do it. So we're back at that stage, but I'm hoping it's not quite as bad. I'm going to let my little buddies in. Hold on a second. Oh. Come on, you guys. Right, don't knock the camera over. Whatever you do, if you knock the camera over, we're all in a mess, including you, Larky. Right, go and lie in the bed. Go on, Papa. Good boy. Papa, on you go. Where did I put your bed, darling? Where did Sissy's bed go? You get up there. So, move. Listen, don't go under the table. That's so not cool. Now, I am not moving this camera until we get through this because, quite frankly, I'll lose signal. I'm not playing with that nonsense. Wanda is in with Carlene. That's where she is at the moment. She's been in Carlene since mid-morning. Yes, I know. You go away. So, I better get on with this. I don't need your help. I promise you. Off you go. Go up and sit with him. Go on. Sissy, are you okay? Sissy, you come on this bed here, Baba. No, I don't want you on there. I want Sizzle on there. No, I want Sizzle on there. Come on, Sis. You go up there with him. You can get up there. Go on. Sis, come on. Sis, you want to go on there, baby? You go in there. It's nice and comfy. Oh, there's my good girl. Right, off you go. You're a pet. No. Right, well, you can go there because she doesn't want to go. Want to see. Oh, look! You've knocked me. You've knocked me squint. Oh my gosh. Ah! Right, okay. No! Down. No! No! No. Honestly, this girl just wants to sit in my knee non-stop. So, I have a letter here, and it's addressed to me actually, and it's from Laurel L. Tremaine. Glasses on. Glasses. Laurel from Palo Alto in California. Oh dear, it looks. Oh, thank you very much. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Laurel, because this is the first person, I know who this is. When I write the Daily Doggy in the morning, and oh my golly, what a struggle that is for me. Laura, he is like a bull in a china shop, you're quite right. I do have several treat jars, but they're not having them right now. This is actually the first address, when we write the Daily Doggy, this is the first address that goes into, if you could sit down, you'll stop wobbling my camera. Unfortunately, my camera leg my table leg, there, that might help, is right against the dog bed. It's not cool. Yeah, that's better, I think. So this lady here, this is the, when I write the Daily Doggy, it goes out first of all through Carlene's AOL mail account, and this is the first person whose name I type in to send out. So this is lovely to hear from you. Thank you so very much. And yes, I will do that. Thank you. It's a very kind letter. I'm going to pop that there. Right, okay. Onwards and upwards with my trusty poo picker. Right. First off, and look at this, we've got slow connection, but we're getting there. I'm hoping it'll come back in. We have been sent another futon bed, and I'll show you the futon bed once I get a bit better through these boxes. And the mattress is brand new and clean, and we're not going to take it out of the box just now. The reason being, and I'll show you once we've finished, is that we'd like to keep it for maybe people or well-behaved dogs, and that's not the puppy. So there. So Fugan has sent us in, oh, that's a nice colour, a sheet in blue to go on the futon to keep it clean. So I'm going to leave that all there just now until we get it set up so we can actually get people on it as opposed to dogs, because at the moment we're just running around backwards and forwards, and I'd like to get this place organised so that we can have meetings in here, we can have calls in here, and these mail chats and any other discussions that we should have. It would be really lovely to have this set up. So that's what we're planning and doing. So I'm going to pop that over there and hope to get it out in a week or two. Right, let's see. If you just stay there, young lady, you're fine. Ooh. Now, the other thing is, as I'm going through this, using it and getting to know what I'm missing, I'm going to need to bring the trash cans in. We did find the recycling trash cans, so that's good. Yeah, you just sit there, Missy. Right, okay. This is from Martha, and it's addressed to me. Ahaha! Thank you, Martha. Thank you very much for showing this. You have no idea the number of gloves we managed to lose. And at the moment, we're doing a really good job. We normally only lose the right-hand glove. At the moment, we're just putting down full sets of gloves. Oh, these are lovely. Thank you, Martha. Oh, I'm going to put these somewhere very safe. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not sure if it's just we've got so much more space, we're just leaving things where we're not expecting. It's chaos. So this is from Fugan. Okay. Saging sticks. I've never used these. What is this? I'm going to have to look this up. Or maybe Fugan will send me instructions. Oh. 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 I think this might go with my saging stick. Oh. I wonder. This is a cauldron. I hope you're not suggesting we're witches or anything else. So I think this. Oh, I see what it is. It's incense sticks. Excellent. So what they do is, I think they go together. So we'll work that out and we'll get that going. Thank you very much. That will be fun. And this is from Martha. Now, I think this was this for Janine? need to work this out. I think these might be mine and the other ones were Janine. I'm not sure. Thank you very much, Martha. Gloves. So I will, you know what we'll do? We'll get the ones that fit each other's hands best. Thank you. I'm going to keep these. I need to remember Janine. And this is from Martha as well. Aha! Ooh, excellent. Gloves. Thank you. Now, this is from Fugen. Oh my god. Oh, I see. I know what these are. These are for cleaning your boots. Yes, I think it's because the bridge is not up, Joe, and I'm relying on internet power, not internet power as in cell power. Boot cleaners. Thank you. And I know that you sent us too many because some were for your house, so we can hold on to them till you next come and then you can take them home with you. But thank you very much, that's very considered because we need a lot of boot cleaning. Right, okay, onwards and upwards. This is addressed to Carleen. I think I better open it in case it's something that needs to go into her. Oh, smells edible. Oh, these are the little bullseyes, and I think they're from Martha. Let me just double check, and they'll need to go into Carleen. Thank you very much. So I'm going to keep that with it, and I'll send that in to the nurse, to the rehab centre, so that she knows who it came from. Thank you. These were from Hilda. That's right. Oh my. Hi, Sissy. Beanie hat with the light. I wonder who this is for. Thank you. I think that's from Hilda or Gary. Oh look, there's two of them. These are super, these things. See? There we go. Thank you. Always helpful. Now, I put there for Janine and I, so we can dazzle each other, which will make a difference because Janine normally comes along with her headlamp on and dazzles me. Larky, what you doing? Right. This is Nancy McCormick on it. But I think I've been here before, and Nancy sends this in, and then what happens is it comes through in her name, but I think it is for here. If not, I'll send it on to wherever this is. It's definitely our address. One for me. Thank you, Hilda. Excellent. This is just what we need. You know, you can never go wrong with having too many gloves, I'm telling you. Oh, these are fleecy lined, so these are waterproof and fleecy lined. Those will be very much appreciated. Those are excellent. Oh, and there's 1, 2, 3, oh my gosh, 6 pairs. Thank you. Oh. Oh. And this is also from Nancy. Wonderful. Oh. these are large ones. So the other ones were medium and these are large. And this is absolutely super. This is absolutely super because what this means is that we can have a stack of these in all the buildings, and all the volunteers could just pick them up and use them as we go, which is very much appreciated because I can tell you, and these are nitrile, so they're waterproof, and there is nothing nastier than ending up with wet fingers in this kind of temperature. And yeah, so that's perfect. Thank you. I'm going to put this up here. Right. Sissy, I know you want on there. I'll just be a seckie. Okay. This is for Janine. So I better not open it in case it is a personal box. And this has got everybody's name on it. Clorox. Oh, Clorox. Urine remover. Thank you. That's perfect. Although it does not say who it was from. But thank you very much. Oh. Da, da, da. Yeah, it's definitely not a... This is from Fuga. Thank you. She's obviously seen us in our mucky feet doormats. That's perfect. Thank you very much. I think she said there was one for inside and one for out. I shall get on that. Sorry, sis. Okay. This is from Fuga as well. Watch your nose. Oh, excellent. It's the shelving unit, and we're going to need that. I'm not going to take it out of the box just now, because I'll probably have to build it. And then you know what? If I build it, and I've taken it out of the box, I'll be missing pieces. Thank you. That's going to be super. And this is all from Fuga. I know. No doggy treats. No doggy treats, darling. No. Ah! You got goober on your nose. Thank you. To see this. Now, I'm going to have to put this somewhere really safe. I know, I see you. I see you. Trash right. Get your big noggin out. Big noggin out. Aha! So we also have a burgundy sheet for on our futon, which is lovely. Oh, oh, wonderful. Oh, that's super. So we've got a waterproof, that actually makes a big difference. We've got a waterproof protective covering for the futon, so that actually helps greatly. Means we might let you on it, Penny. more. Yes, you can. Oh, coffee. Oh, and a coffee maker. Oh my. Oh, wonderful. Here we are. Coffee. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you very much. Oh no, but now that means that everybody will come in here and annoy me. Thank you, Fugan. I'm going to put this down here just now. Oh. I must admit, I don't think I've ever been in a barn that has a coffee maker. Oh! Oh! Oh, letter labels. Yeah, we're going to need those. Still going with these t-shirts. We're going to have to get our acting gear because it's been a bit tricky. Thank you. Labels, and I know what these are. These are going to help. These are for my shelves. And they're storage boxes for my shelves. So that's perfect. Thank you. These are all such thoughtful gifts. Thank you so very much. Now, he says. Oh. Yes, we are so very fortunate that we've got so many wonderful people supporting, by being with us, and also there's some lovely things that are sent in. Some of the comments are also just lovely as well. We've been very lucky. Right, I'm going to try and read this, all right? Here we go. I need to take... Let me see if I can show you over here. So they're up on that bed there, and my buddy, my Sizzy, was down there on a great big hat. See, I really shouldn't touch it, because when I touch it, it ends up in a right royal mess. So I'm going to try and scroll back. And you know what, when I scroll back, what it does is it moves all these things. So the screen is going to move and it's going to be a mess. Right, okay. Okay. So if you've got any questions, now's the time. So I'm hoping the sound's good in here, because this is just the sound from the camera. So... yeah, so that's the very back door back there that goes out into the new enclosure, and they were having a great time back there today. We have no snow or ice, Becky. And I shouldn't say that because I'm going to end up with snow and ice, aren't I? We don't have time for snow and ice at the moment. It is lovely and warm in here, and you know what? This also has air conditioning for the summer. And we all know I don't do very well in the summer months. Nah. Yeah, we'll get all the we'll get everything all organised and a bit more permanent. But at the moment we're managing to limp on, I think, just with the mobile phone, so that's good. I hope. And there will be a bit of glitching until we get our connection just fully sorted out. I'll have to go this way a wee bit. There we go. Yes, Goldy's farm headquarters. Always a worry. I'm fine now though, because I've got a coffee machine. And the beautiful thing is, I've got the code for the door, and nobody else has got the code. We have to go through the other door. Now, and it is the first official mail chat in the ICU. I know we'll not talk about my hair. I've given up, amongst other things. I don't think Carlene's desk is coming in here, because Carlene's desk will probably go with her into the laundry building. She'll still want to keep it because she'll still have her computer there. We're going to set a computer up in here. I think we'll probably bring the laptop that we bought for Goldy's farm in here, and then Carlene's computer will be, it's actually been fixed. It's had to be scrubbed because it was, I think part of the issue with it going so slowly was that she downloads absolutely everything to the desktop, and I think it was just a bit overwhelmed and out of breath. So her computer will go back into the what's the laundry building, whatever we're going to name it, by the time she gets back in there. So her desk's going to be needed. I think Janine's on the cameras. Diane. I know, it's unbelievable. And you know, it doesn't feel like we're only 6 days into the new year, but it's just been constant, and you know, we're making great inroads, and it's wonderful. I will say the donkeys are a bit underwhelmed. They're a bit like business as usual. So, but hey. So this is going to be our home mainly for mail chats, we're hoping, because it just keeps everything in one place. And it means that if, you know, there are things that come in that, you know, people very generously send things for the animals, they can go straight into the barn. Anything else can be dealt with from here, and it keeps it in a central spot. It means that Carlene doesn't need to be bogged down with paperwork and with all the other bits and pieces. And we're hoping to run quite efficiently, although I won't guarantee that at this precise moment in time. But we are hoping to be running quite efficiently at some point in the future. Yeah, Nick will get onto this and we'll get the internet sorted out. And he does actually have the bridges already, so we've got them in our possession because he's already purchased those, and he'll get us all set up and functioning. Larky is a bull in a china shop, honestly. But fortunately he's gone to sleep. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking Wanda's been in there for quite some time. Oh dear. I know that the table was moving because Penny was on the bed down there, and she was shuggling the table. Oh yeah, Caroline can get into this building, no problem. She'll just come in through the front door. And since she's just across over there, that's not so much of a problem. Everything's ground level now. Look, I'm fiddling with this silly thing. It does not like me. Right, I'm still going. Yes, the smoke detectors, that would be interesting. Oh yes, there's stacks of places to use shoe cleaners down here. You know that, Fugan. So thank you. Yes, we'll enjoy those hats. Nothing nicer than a warm head. No, I've actually managed to find It actually came out of the trailer. I've managed to find the blue recycling bin, the wheelie bin, so that's good. And so I can get all of that put away, and then everything else has got a space. You can see the shelving behind me, so we can put things up high. And Larky's actually coming up with me into the cabin because he's about to have his dinner. So he's not staying down here by himself. There is a bed for Sizzle. She's on a veranda with the biggest, fluffiest mattress protector I think you could have found. Yes, I know. I've seen it at the weather forecast. And I think it is going to be superly cold, but Colleen keeps sending me messages and saying, am I prepared for snow? And I keep phoning her and saying, it's not going to snow, is it? And she's like, might. And I'm like, yeah, we're coming down with hay. We've done a really good job getting the hay in supply in both barns, so we're good for that. Oh, right, that box for Janine. I go get it. This is where I wish I'd kept my poo scraper. Oh, it's odour eliminator for the yard. Perfect. Oh, that's great. I've used this before. This is fantastic stuff. Thank you very much, Sarah. It's from Sarah, Ted and Holly Dunlap. Thank you. That's much appreciated. Says a lot about your life when you get excited about odour remover, doesn't it? Now, here we go. Oh, I'll have to go and look for your box, Lisa. Thank you for that, Hugan, for the odour remover as well. Yes, Sizzle has a bed. She's down there. But Penny was on the bed and thought she was going to share it with Sizzle. So Sizzle doesn't like going on the bed with Penny. And so she has to wait until Penny saunters off. That's why I was trying to redirect Penny into the bed over this side with Larky. But sometimes this bed that Sizzle's on is actually super comfy and rather cosy. So I think Penny decided she was going for that one. But I've now got Sizzle on it, so she's nice and comfortable. And it's close to the ground as well, so it means that she doesn't have to jump up. Yes, all of our supporters rock, thank you. Oh, labels for the storage bags. Oh, that's a very good idea. Yes, that's very considered. Thank you. No, the odour really isn't gone from the building, and it's been bleached. It's been we've used natural things. We've used Angry Orange. I think with the best will in the world, to be quite honest with you, sometimes you just can't remove that sort of residual smell, and I think there's a reasonably high chance that there's always going to be a smell. And to be quite honest and very upfront, we work in barns. You get very used to smell. And it isn't until somebody else comes in and says, "Ooh, it stinks in here," that you go, maybe it does after all. So, so we're not adverse to, we're not actually adverse to smell, and we'll just have to work our way through it. We will just keep going, and we've got a rug to go down in here, but we didn't put it down because I think what we're going to do is just regularly spray, like with all the odour removers that are coming in. We'll just keep that going. And you know what? Maybe with time it will dissipate, but if it doesn't, it doesn't, and it's not the end of the world. I think, in all honesty, it would take resurfacing of the floor to seal the smell in. What appears to have happened is that it looks like, from the amount of cleaning that's probably gone on, there's areas where the top coat has moved away, so that urine's an absolute nightmare to remove at the best of times, and it's probably seeped under the top coat, and it's been impossible. It's what happens when you've got animals indoors. It's just one of those things. It is very exciting to see Caroline in her new abode. I'm quite sure she'll come in and change it round, but we're going to get the bare bones done, and it will be functioning really well, and just sort it out. Penny, if Penny needs to go out, she can go out. There's a dog door in here, and she just takes herself out. So she's actually been using it. There's been no accidents in this building whatsoever, so that's great. Otherwise, I'd have to ban them. Thank you. These glasses are the ones that make sure I can see all the comments. Yes, you may. We never say no to donations, but you know what? There's just a lot to be shared with everybody, and it's exciting because there's so much going on. There's bits happening everywhere, and it might not be an instantaneous, sort of like everything's in the order or to be used for what you're expecting, but there's so much just going on all over the place. It was lovely. I went down to get about 4:30. I went down to go and get the mail from the mailbox, and then come up to the mail hut to pick up the deliveries. And somebody drove into the parking pit, and I thought, gosh, I wonder who that is. So I sort of stood and looked, and it was Bow, Wallace's dad, and he's coming to work on the barn area that Wallace is in, and it's just great. There's still people here. There's a lot of activity going on. Mardy was down here helping today. Janine's been down here, Nick, myself, and it's really lovely because it's not, everybody's happy to see each other, and it's just nice because we're all doing things for the farm, and we've all got a purpose, and you feel that you're getting on and making progress and keeping things ticking over nicely. So it's actually very exciting. Carlene's dogs are sleeping in the cabin tonight. Janine's sleeping in the cabin with them. She's been staying in the cabin since just about Christmas time. Yeah, so she's on the farm full time at the moment. There's far too much going on for any travel time, so she's not allowed to leave. She's stuck here. So there. The next time anybody will be leaving, it will be when we go down to pick up our new cow, and we will drop off our Maybelline, and then we will be coming back with 3 donkeys, 1 horse, and potentially another horse. We're not definitely sure about that yet. So that will be towards the end of January. And then we'll have Nick, and he'll be in charge. Oh dear, and hopefully Carlene will be home by then. We've got one, we were actually going around today as well, doing a check. We've got 1 fire extinguisher, and we're just making sure these are things that we need to restock. and get back in so that we're up to code. And I do have fire extinguishers in the house, so there are fire extinguishers on the farm, but we would like them at one at the entrance to the barn, one at the entrance to the feed room because the furnace is in there, one at the entrance to the arena because that keeps us covered down that area, and I think I'll probably need to get one for in here as well. And we would normally keep one probably in, I think, the tea tent, because there's the potential for having a fire pit in there. So it's all these things that we're bringing back in, and we'll have to replenish because they're no longer there. So these are things that we've got on the list. Yes. Now you will see behind me on the shelves there, Fugan. We've already got them up and operational. They came in at the weekend, thank you very much. Cleaning Clorox, cleaning cloths and paper towels. So they have been used already and are very much appreciated. That got us going for the weekend. Oh, Pitlochry is lovely. It's a really pretty town. Yeah, so Janine and I were just discussing that bathroom today. The shower unit at the back, it's the most bizarre shower unit I've ever seen. It's really high off the ground to actually get into the shower. So what's happening is the gentlemen who are coming in to work in there, they are going to put a drain into the floor, which is going to allow her to have what is essentially a wet room. And wet rooms are actually very, very popular in Europe. And it's the same sort of scenario that they have in her rehab. And she can go in on using her walker. The shower just turns on, it drains into the floor. It will be a non-slip floor, and her towel will hang on the back of her door. And there's plenty of space in there. It makes it, you know, and should she be in a wheelchair, it makes it easy for us to wheel her in. The shower, you know, the head comes off and she can use it and wash her hair however she likes it. So it keeps it's safe to use and it's easy to use. So that's what we're going for in there, and we have the gentleman in line to get that up and ready. Judy will be wherever it's most appropriate for her to be working. If she's doing t-shirts, the t-shirts will probably be in here. If she's doing things with Carleen, she will be in the laundry with Carleen. So everybody's just going to be very flexible, although I'm not giving up my space here because it's warm, okay? And it'll be cool in the summer. I can't wait. So that's where we're all going to be, moving around all over the place. It's electric, says she confidently, but I'm not that confident. Yes, I think it is electric. So, but now the interesting thing about this is the generator was removed. So I'm thinking this is all electric. Don't think there's any, although you know what, I'm so atrocious with anything vaguely technological. Be it heating systems or anything else. I was actually saying to Janine that I think that one of the things that would actually be really important to do is to purchase another generator, because I think it's you know, we'll all use the laundry building, although although Carleen will be in there. You know, we'll have to go in there to do some mail chats, to do other bits and pieces, and there's the building upstairs that also was reliant upon the generator, and we suffer greatly from power outages here. It seems to be you know, a very common event, and the last thing we need is Carleen without a heat source. particularly if it's in the middle of the night. Nobody needs that. You know, the temperature just drops here. So I think it's actually very important for us. We'll probably look on something like Facebook Marketplace to see if we can get one that we just slot in. They're exceptionally expensive, but I do think that for the functioning of the farm, it's important. What people forget is that if we have issues, you know, we would my chickens, well, they're not my chickens, they're the farm chickens. I'll have, you know, they're actually kept in a heated run, which is a bit ridiculous, but they are. So the nut houses, I heat it. I heat it over the winter, probably because I've got my chinchillas in it and they don't like it too cold. So so they're heated over the winter, and unfortunately there's still the generator in the main house. So if we really got stuck, everybody could come up to the main house. But we can't have Larky, Sizzle or Miss Penny over there getting particularly cold, because they don't do well in cold weather. Yes, the trucks come in for the garbage, and the recycling goes down to the end of the driveway. Cribs, yes. Yes, we've taken over the trash container, so we have full use of that. It's just been emptied from when Service Dog left, so that's us up and running with that now, and that's super. It's really actually very handy to have it on site. While we try and recycle as best we possibly can, you know, barns generate a tremendous amount of, you know, there's things like baling twine, there's all these feed bags, and the problem with feed bags is you just can't recycle them, and it's an absolute pest. It's really problematic, and it's something that I'm surprised the feed industry hasn't looked into more, because these bags are plastic based. Sorry, there was a wee delay there, so let me see. Yes, and we pay for it now. Yeah, peppermint oil is supposed to also be good for spiders, keeping them outside the building and not inside, preferably. Yes, I actually think that we'll probably need to have somebody out to, or ask Bud how we clean all these filters. There are filters, we've cleaned them up in the house, and I think we'll just need to do that and see how that helps us going forward. It'll all just take time. Yes, and we'll clear that too. Yeah, so it's really funny, because I was actually thinking about, I was going to paint the bit above the, you see that where the, oh my gosh, the floor continues up the wall in that sort of like burgundy and white and beige pattern, and then above it it's painted brick, and the brick's actually porous. So I was thinking I was going to take a paintbrush over, but by the time I realised how little time we actually had to get other things up and going, and I've quarantine on Meredith at the moment as well, it didn't get to the top of the priority list, but we'll do it and we'll get there. It'll just take a little while, shall we say. No, Carlene wants a totally bare floor, and it's going to be polished concrete, and that's what she's chosen. Anti-icky poo. Could try that as well. I am not 100% sure what's going on with the senior visits because I am such a techno numpty. I can't get onto the schedule online, and I should really be banned actually. So I am the last person to ask about what's going on with senior visits. I do know we have got a tremendous amount going on with people coming and working on the farm, and that requires input really. There's things that just need to be fine-tuned and tweaked, so it might be that what we have to do is pause. I think that we more than exceeded expectations in December and into the first week of January, so yeah, so we'll just take it as it comes. Oh no, the dogs are fine. In fact, the dogs are wandering around, and what we do is if nobody's got eyeballs on the dogs, they come into the ICU and they use the new area out the back and out the side there. And the reason they're using that at this precise moment in time is because the laundry building has only just been secured, but the dog doors that go outside, the little houses that used to sit covered the dog doors, they're actually collapsing, and one of them fell down, and we don't want the dogs using the dog doors over there and come out and then we have an accident with one of those little house things coming down on them. So they're over here at the moment, and then when Carleen moves in there, they'll move back over there. But they're out and about, they're running around, they're getting lots of exercise, and of course if they're here and they can go outside, they can see everything that's going on down in the barn, and that's really where everything's happening, so it's quite nice for them. Well, the dogs are not going to be lying on the floor. The dogs, Carleen will not have the dogs on the floor, so do not worry. They will always be on their raised beds, and Carleen will not be on the floor either. That much I can tell you. And so that flooring is what she wants, and the reason she wants it is for ease of cleaning. So there. Yep, I think we've got smokes and CO2 detectors, but I will actually go and take inventory of that as well. Nobody will be with Carleen at night, because I think Carleen would be quite annoyed if we started putting somebody in with Carleen at night. Nick and I are just up the hill. Janine is up in the cabin at the moment. Michelle from the 1st of February will be in the cabin as well. And as has been happening, when Janine was down in South Carolina, if there was any problem, she just calls me and I go over, or down, well, at this point it'll be down the hill to see what's going on with her. She also has Life Alert, and her Life Alert contacts Janine, Gwen and myself, and so I'm not concerned about anything happening and she can't, be assisted. She's very good at reaching out should she feel that there's anything going to happen, and we take care of it then. It's such a difficult thing because she's very independent, and we will all assist as best possible. And the dogs will be with her at night as well. But this farm is not empty, I can tell you. The generator was removed, I presume, because the service dog felt it was theirs. I presume also it came up in the. I presume it also came up in the whatever settlement from, so they must have been allowed to remove it. So I don't think they took it because they just felt like it, but yeah. Well, I think this is, so to be very honest, Tiggy, I think a lot of the problems that were experienced when everything was separating was nobody could work out who bought what, because Carleen, I think as we'll all remember, was pumping a heck of a lot of her own personal money in to keep Service Dog floating, and it did so for such a long period of time because there was a regular amount going in, so it all just got a bit muddy. Oh look, now I'm flicking this thing over. I am not to be trusted with technology. Yeah, you could. Yes, we have our young lady is in heat, and quite frankly, the gentlemen are all being very ungentlemanly. They're donkeys, that's what they do. And I can tell you, if you're easily offended, a farm is not for you, I'm afraid. The Deagle house is in exactly the same condition as it was when the tree came down on it, so it's not instrumental to what we've got going on at the moment, so I think we'll just focus on what we've got happening. Well, so this is funny. I know this is a second question where somebody's asked what happens with Carleen at night. I don't know that has Carleen ever had anybody staying with her specific for Carleen? Because that would be, you know, a change in my mind. You know, there's going to be, Janine's on the farm, and my family's on the farm, Michelle will be on the farm, Mike's upstairs. So, you know, with the exception of having somebody, you know, living and sleeping in the same apartment, which I don't think she'd appreciate. And I don't think anybody could actually, because the TV is so blinking loud. Yeah, forget that. So we'll have to wait and see. And these are needs that we have to work out as we move forward. Where are we going to place the mail hut? Absolutely no idea. Because the problem is if we bring the mail hut further down into the farm, these delivery drivers drive at some speed. And the reason we put it back there was it was getting to the stage that, you know, the goats are moving around up at the houses and the cabin. It was actually to keep them further down the driveway and away from the thoroughfare of the farm where the animals are moving. So it's a real tricky thing, and you can put up as many signs, and there are signs at the main driveway that say slow down, you know, animals, etc. And nobody pays the blindest bit of attention. So it's we would prefer to keep any deliveries that weren't farm specific off the actual farm itself. Just keep it on the driveway. Yes, I actually have some of those shopping bags that are made from the feed bags, because there's a lady that does that. I sometimes save them and give them to her, but you know, we go through so many feed bags. It's shocking. The pellet stove. Let me get this quite right. The pellet stove is going down into the laundry, I think. Don't quote me on that. Her big stove, you know, the big stove that she really likes, it is also going down into the laundry, although I'm not sure that we're going to set it up, but it will come down with her. And I think the reason for that is the pellet stove is actually more efficient and easier to run. So we'll just have to wait and see. We have looked into, there was a study done because they have to come in and search to see whether or not your property lies in the right way for catching solar panels. And I think that was done because I spoke to Carleen about that a number of months ago, and it was done. Nothing was ever done about it, and I can't remember whether or not it was because it wasn't going to be efficient, or whether or not it was just we looked into it and we haven't actioned it. There will be a lot of changes. We try to be as economical with heating, with electricity, with water, with everything that we possibly can be, because not only is it costly, but it's also costly in planet welfare. And from that point of view, these will be things that we take into consideration. We try to compost as best we possibly can. We try to keep things healthy and as clean as possible without using chemicals, apart from Clorox. We're very keen on Clorox at the moment. There are certain things that you just have to have, you know, bleached or cleaned to that level, and that's the bottom line. So with everything else, we do try to be as ecologically friendly as possible. So yes, these are things that we will look into. Oh, I'm going to have to look into this icky poo stuff. According to the online calendar, I'm glad you can see the online calendar, Linda, because I haven't a hope. And apparently I'm banned. And I don't think I'm banned because I've been naughty, but I think it's because I'm banned because I'm not on the right device. Trask and Hunt. Maybe there is. But those are both quite quick. Thank you very much, Joe. We'll give that a shot. Thursday's soon enough. What day is it today? Is it Monday? Hold on. It is Monday. Okay. No, the AC's there, because they're all in split systems. So there's a split system in the apartment upstairs, there's a split system in the laundry, there's a split system in here, there's another split system somewhere else, and I can't remember where it is. Can't remember. And there's a heater in Kennel 9 and 10. And let's face it, Carleen does not appreciate AC, so she'll be quite happy in Kennel 9 and 10 without AC. What's a bit muddy? It's not muddy at the moment because we're all frozen. Yes. The big dog runs. Now, which big dog runs are we talking about? Let me know which big dog runs, Sandy. Yes, she did have people for the puppies overnight, but they weren't there specifically for Carleen. Yeah. I don't think she's ever had somebody that stayed specifically to assist with Carleen, because for all intents and purposes, she's still active. Yes, but Pam didn't. Pam, I think what happened is when people stayed in the house, it was because the house had accommodation. I don't think they were there specifically for Carleen. It was more for the dogs. No, the pellet stove's been fixed. Yeah, and Pam stayed in the laundry and then the ice house. Yeah, they're all sleeping. In fact, Larky's snoring. Mike is still here. I'm not sure where Carly is. Oh, like the paddocks. if that's what you mean, Sandy, the paddocks are they're just converting over to for the goats, the zebus, and the donkeys. So we'll just take them back to the farm itself. Used to be it used to be a gentleman's horse barn. And that's really what it will revert to, because we'll just keep the paddocks as they would have been used before. Oh, I see where 7 or so doorways. Yes, so that is. Oh, now what was that called? I'm not too familiar. Was that Poppy Hill and the flat field? So if that was Poppy Hill and the flat field, what we're hoping to do is keep that for nice grazing. And the Poppy Hill, I think we've got goats and the zebus going on there. And the reason they're going there is because it's obviously quite rocky and it's quite steep. So from that point of view, it'll be really good for those blinking goats. And the zebus won't mind that either. So that's what I think will be happening over in that sort of area. So I think I have managed to answer every question. And sorry for such a long rambling, but thank you so very much. Carly's horse has not been here for a long period of time. Carly, that's her personal horse, so it's in its own barn. I think he was here for about a year up in the back in Tanner's, but that was a short-term solution because she didn't have anywhere to put him. So, and I think he's doing very well, because he's an older gentleman. Okie dokie, so we will see you all later. Thank you so very much, everyone.